Hey guys, that's PvZ, and this is a PvZ on Fighting Spirit. Now, this is a similar game to the last PvZ I played on ladder, but it does go a bit differently. So first of all, this is Fighting Spirit map. It's your most standard map ever on the planet that's ever been made in any video game ever. So you can do pretty much anything on this map. It's quite a small to medium sized map, so being aggressive can be quite good, but also all the bases are actually quite easy to fortify. So like, your natural's obviously easy to take. This is relatable to PvZ, by the way. Your ford's easy to take because it's really close to your natural, but there's two ramps into your ford, but one of the ramps is covered by your natural, so if you cover your natural, that ramp's fine, so you don't have to worry about one tiny choke. And if you take the natural of another spawn, so this is a 4-player map, so if you take the natural of another spawn, I spawn bottom left, just say he spawns top right, then you automatically, if you secure that natural, then you automatically secure the main. So you'll find Zergs do it, and Zergs on this map will hunker down super hard. This is a very easy map to hunker down, but also it's really easy for Zerg to be very aggressive. The map's quite small, medium sized distance, it's really easy for them just to fly across with quick Hydra Bust or a Ling All In. So that's one of the main things you have to watch for. You just have to watch for the Zerg hunkering down so hard. Sometimes they'll be really greedy and go up to 4 bases and just so many sunkens, it's unreal, you get so stressed out. Got to watch out for the Hydra Ling Bust. The map's quite short, so it can instantly just beat your base without you realising. So you have to keep scouting. So my usual scouting rule is PvZ is to always send the first probe, keep it alive as long as possible. And when that dies, that's usually when they throw down the Hydra Den or something, if they were going to all in. But I'll instantly send out a second probe, and you'll see most pros do this. Another thing you have to watch out for, I've mentioned it in PvP, there's the cliff at your natural where you can't really see up but they can see down, and it's really easy for them to harass your natural. So sometimes you'll see Zerg go for just a few Guardians, but they'll only do that if you lose map control, air map control that is. But you'll find out one of the most important things in PvZ is controlling the air. As soon as you lose the air battle, there's a big chance you're going to lose. You have to keep your Corsairs alive, you have to keep them, not even just being active, you just have to keep them alive. Because lots of things that will end, like that Guardians will end me there, a Muta switch could kill me if I've not got Corsairs, and it's really common for Zergs to do a big drop, because you know in Starcraft 1 it's hard to get up a ramp, so once you're down the ramp you're committed. By the time you get your whole army up the ramp, his whole army's just killed your main and you've lost. So, as I talked about before, my favourite build for PvZ is just do the 1 gate pressure, and this is actually okay. Like, as I mentioned before, it's quite difficult. 9 pull speed is very hard to deal with, but this guy, I think it was an overpull into hatch, so it's still decent versus build. He is being very greedy though, and by the fact he's only building 2 Zerglings and he's not scouting, so I should get a lot of work done here, but it's going to come down to control. And to be honest, in this episode compared to the last PvZ scene, because that was the first PvZ ever I've played in a while, I messed up my micro, but in this my micro's actually okay. Like, you'll see some good micro, what you should be doing with the Zealots. Also, talking about walling in, I've already mentioned before, you shouldn't go through every map if you're new and learn how to wall every spot. Just learn a spot once you play a Zerg. So just say you didn't know how you played a Zerg and you spawn bottom left here in Fighting Spirit. Play it normally, win or lose, whatever. But next game, just go to a custom game, learn how to wall off bottom left. Don't have to go through every spawn, ever. But I know how to wall, I've played Fighting Spirit so many times, that's how you want to wall bottom left off. You want the pylon near the cliff, and that allows you to put the forge on the left and the gateway on the right. That blocks the left and right sides, and only units can come through the centre. 2 Zealots to block, completely secure. And as you can see, I'm doing so much damage with these Zealots. Like, just pulling the red ones back constantly. He should be attacking them, to be honest. This is doing so much damage, and I've kept the probe alive as well. To be honest, I will admit I've not been too good on my base. Like, I'm usually a lot quicker, but it's just I've honestly not played in a while, so it's I'm kind of like 200 APM. That's me like, what's going on? And you see the rush is going to end, but so let's look at that. I think I've slowed down the ford. I haven't seen a drone move out to it. I've went up, I've killed a few drones, I've stopped the drones mining for ages, and I've been able to build tons of Zerglings. And in my opinion, especially if he pulled first, he's not just a bit behind, he's quite behind. He's like I like to split into three, like a wee bit behind, medium behind, and really far behind. He's like medium behind now in my opinion. So, standard Alex, if I think you're like medium behind to very far behind, he's even gone for, he's going to go try and do a wee all in here. Skip it him even further behind. At least he doesn't see there's more Zergons coming down, he's still building Zergons. His all in doesn't work, so he's behind. Like, medium behind. So as I said, 3 probes there. I don't know why I'm blocking there, to be honest. Like, I'm an idiot. The Zergons can't fit there. So he tries to come up. It's not going to work. But I'm still a bit scared, so I think I keep 2 probes here just to keep walling until I get 2 zealots. So as I mentioned last episode, in my first PvZ ladder game, my favourite all-in to follow up if I feel I'm really far behind, or really far ahead, sorry, is 2 Stargate Corsair with +1. So what you do is you get 2 Stargates, you build lots of Corsairs, but you just go and kill every overlord pretty much. But while you're building the 2 Stargates and building +1 and building them up, remember you only show 2 of the Corsairs once out. 2 run around the map looking for overlords, and the rest 6 to 8 are back at base. While you're doing all that, you should have Zealot legs researching, +1 researching, building gateways whenever you can, and you should cut probes on your main and natural, between 12 to 15 probes on each. That's the recommended. That's like good enough. And as you have got 2 zealots there now, so I'm just, that should be completely walled. I don't know why I tried to wall off the left and right there. But I think I just forgot, because like I said, this is the second PvZ in a while. Another thing that sucks in this game as well actually is obviously the matchmaking system couldn't find anyone in Europe for me. As you can see the turn rate is 16. So that tells me he's in like Russia or America or something. So the lag's actually quite bad. And as you can see I'm failing to put this citadel that I really want to hear. So I'm like, no. That tells you, so the lag's quite bad, so it's going to be hard for my crew. Up until this point, I know he can't kill me at all. Nothing he can throw at me right now can kill me, so I don't even have to scout. I've scouted twice. I forgot to chat about it, but I sent another probe out. It looked safe. Going to send one of my Corsairs out now. Getting +1 on Corsair and the Forge. As you can see, it's researching. And we're just going to build 6 gateways is what you want to pump. With 6 gateways and 2 Stargates is actually too much for a 2 base economy, but when we stop building Corsairs, it's easy for the 6 gateways. So there's nothing really much else to mention here. I'm just kind of having a wee scout. What do I see? I see a Hydros Den researching. I see a Spire. So it looks like to me he's just playing standard. From behind, that is. Looks like he's just gone 3 hatch Spire and 5 hatch Hydra. And as long as you do enough damage, this build will kill that. Like, you can't just, it's quite hard just to do this build and he does 5 hatch Hydra and for it to work, because you'll have too many Hydralisks. But like I said, I feel like I've done enough damage. And I've done so much damage that there's not going to be Orcers anytime soon. Like at all. The only worrying part is I'm looking for these overlords. Like, what I like to do in my 1 or 2 Corsairs out on the map at the start is just find the location of overlords, not necessarily kill them. But he's obviously hid them all, like to the bottom right or the top left. So to me that's 8, that's usually my magic number, so I'm going to go out and just pressure now. While I'm doing that, I'm just building lots of zealots. As I mentioned before with this build, you want to... This is an all-in my opinion, so don't, especially if he's this far behind, don't go for the 3rd base or the 4th base or anything. You just want to straight up hit the natural as hard as possible, break the natural out of the Zerg and you win the game. Because the natural, oh here we go, this is what I'm looking for. It's not every overlord though. I've had games where they've had it. Usually some Zergs will have every overlord at their natural if they see Corsair and just like 1 or 2 spores covering it. Oh, see, I hit hold position here. Usually that comes out really quickly and that Scourge wouldn't have killed any of the Corsairs. But the 16 turn rate, it was just hard for the Corsairs to turn around after the whole position was submitted. So that should be enough zealots now. So here we go, like I said, 12 to 15 zealots when you want to move out. By then legs should be done, +1 should be done around like the 9 to 10 minute mark. And you just want to punch that natural as hard as possible. And you want to rally your zealots to your natural. And I've done this mistake again, guys, like I mentioned last time. You really want to camera hotkey your gateways, then camera hotkey their natural. And then just quickly change the rallies of the gateways with that. And I've not done that again. I'm now going back, building the zealots, going back to the action, then coming back again and getting the zealots that are built, and then sending them up. Actually, he's trying to hold me, but I'm just going to punch my way through. Actually, I've not even set some of the route. I'm just so slow and really bad player at the moment, but I'll get better. Just because I'm not playing well. Oh, thank you, overlords. This is where the start. You better just leave in your Corsairs there if you can't see overlords, because usually the rallies are set to natural, and you'll find that the overlords that they build will come in. Sometimes they've got speed as well. When you're doing these type of builds, what you want to do is just look at all the zealots in the middle of the map. They've not came up. So that's because I put them in the hotkey with the zealot. I didn't even notice that when I was playing, and I've got them to attacker unit instead. And when I get them to attacker unit, like just say I've right-clicked the Zergling, they've all died. And what's happened is, since the Zergling died at the main base, the zealots in the middle map have just stopped because the command has been completed. But if I had just set the rally point with the gateways properly, this would have been fine. So in this situation, you go for the natural, punch it, kill all the units, kill the Sunkens, then kill the drones. Don't kill the buildings at the natural, you want to go into the main as quickly as possible, but leave 2 zealots to kill whatever tech buildings there. Either that be a Hydra or 10, usually. Killing that, just leave 2 zealots on it. And if he runs away the drones from the main to the third, you put 2 zealots on the spire, that's usually there. As you see that, I'm putting them on there, and then you just send the rest to the third base now. There we go. I've got a lot of money, but my money is getting high, but it doesn't matter. Like, I've won. 100%. I've won at this point. So we just need to punch into this. You see there's Meteors there, but we have a lot of +1 Corsairs, so we should be fine. Just need to punch through with this build. In the game, the rallies have been very bad. As you can see, I've left the 2 zealots there, they've killed the spire. I left the 2 zealots that's natural, they killed the Hydra 10. The only thing I can build is Zerglings. Especially in this situation with +1 zealots, if you can kill all the this +1 zealot board, if you can kill all the Hydralisks and they manage to destroy the Hydros, then they're pretty much lost. They can only build Zerglings, which you're going to get 2 shot on. So there's another example of that build. Didn't do as much damage to Zerg initially, but he did still take a lot of damage from it. So it was just pretty much 1 gate pressure. As you see, I got C rank. Oh, 1 base pressure right into. I done like way too much damage, and he then went to all in with the Zerglings and never done anything. So I was like, time to follow that up with a 2 gate Corsair. Zealot in, sent the Corsairs out, killed a few overlords, done quite a bit of damage. That put me even further behind. He even built his natural in the wrong spot. When you're playing Zerg, I wouldn't build your third base there. You want to take another natural. It's a lot easier to hold the other natural. You can wall it off with like 2 hatcheries, or like a hatchery and Evo chamber, and just put like 6 Sunkens behind it. And by securing that natural, like I talked earlier on, you're securing the main. That Zergs love to do in Fighting Spirit, really hunker down. Then just while the Corsairs were building up and I had 1 out and I went and killed overlords, I was just having speed, researching, +1, 6 gateways, lots of zealots. When I tell to 15 you send them out. Pretty simple game. That's the end of this one.